Hey Leo, welcome to your weekly forecast for June 17th through the 23rd. This is going to be a general reading for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to be connecting here and we're going to see what's coming up for you in the week ahead and seeing how the full moon energy is going to be affecting you guys as we come into the week, because we're kicking the week off with it. Full moon is happening Sunday evening, or at least Monday morning. So we're going to see what is going on for Leo. Spirituality, career, finances, money, personal life, blockage removal, all that good stuff. Sometimes love comes up in the weekly forecast. If not, I have more in detailed love readings for June in the description of the video. If you want to check that out after this, feel free to do so. Alright, my dears, we've got a mermaid theme going on here with the decor, and I'm using a beautiful mermaid deck. Getting in that summer mood. We're coming up in the summertime very soon. Okay, my dears, so we have the Fool card coming up for you in the beginning of the week. This is going to be a card about taking a chance, taking a risk, or just kind of in general going in the direction you're feeling led or called to go. Sometimes when the Fool card comes up, it's definitely a card that lets us know that you're feeling pulled to go a certain way. It's kind of like you're feeling more and more the need to take a leap of faith. Now, those of you who watch my channel and who've had private readings with me, you know that I've never said, I never claimed to be an expert in astrology or the zodiac. I read more with energies, and when I do connect, I connect more with the archangels. But from what I have read and from what I understand, there are a lot of people who are more experts in the field of the zodiac and astrology, who have said that the full moon for Leo is going to be bringing about a lot of opportunities to kind of get control of your career or get control of your finances, or the way in which you're going to go about bringing finances in for yourself and in your life. So some of you, the Fool card is going to be really having to do with this area of bringing stability for you. Maybe stability for you is not necessarily something that you're associating with or connecting with money. Maybe it's something else. Maybe it's your spirituality. Maybe it's your family life. Maybe it's a personal relationship, or whatever it might be. But I just feel, Leo, that many of you are feeling very guided to take some steps towards something that's going to help you manifest your biggest wish, or kind of fix or solve the biggest concern that you have had in your life for a while, whatever that might be. And for some of you, it might be finances, because that's what the forecast is for you guys with the full moon energy, that there's going to be some shift happening for you, positive shift happening for you. And also, many people have been asking me to do another financial manifestation at the end of the weekly forecast, like on the phone, and some people are like, what are you going to do the money card again? So at the end of this video, I'm actually going to be pulling a financial abundance affirmation card for you all. But in the beginning of the week, Leo, it's going to be about taking some steps, being guided to make a pretty significant change in your life. This is a major arcana card, so the major arcana cards come up when we're at a really significant crossroads, and you guys are just kind of ready to do something new, and the fear of the unknown maybe has held you back for a long time, but you're coming into a time where the need for change is becoming stronger than any fear you may have had, and a lot of you are getting ready to take a pretty big leap of faith into a new direction. Your Wednesday, Thursday is Six of Cups, okay? So I want you all to be cautious with the Six of Cups energy, because depending on your vibration, it can come in different ways. Some of you are going to have some unfinished business from the past resurfacing and wanting to reconnect with you or heal something. You got to keep something in mind, my darlings. Anytime we're in the full moon energy, we're in a time of release, and some people get very emotional. Some people have a lot of really heavy emotions that come to the surface. So there could be some people in your past who feel bad about where things were left off with you or how they treated you, or maybe there's just certain people or situations that you removed yourself from, and you might have these people reaching out to you and wanting to reconnect or make amends in some way or have a fresh start with you. So some of you, your past is going to come calling, or your past is going to come knocking. For other ones of you, you might be very tempted in midweek to just kind of be stuck in the past, where you're really thinking about your past. You're maybe feeling very sentimental, and you want to take this leap of faith that you're feeling guided to take in, right now in the beginning of the week. But in the middle part of the week, you're thinking about all the times in the past that you feel like, oh, but here's where I made a bad decision. I should have done this. I should have done that. Maybe I'm going to make a bad decision this time around too. And so some of you are feeling regret. You're thinking about the past and you're feeling regret about choices or decisions that you made. And Six of Cups asks you to remind yourself that you made the best possible decision that you could have made in that time and in that moment. And sometimes when we're out of a situation, we remember it being better than it actually was. That's why we see people that go back to abusive relationships. Some of you, maybe you have a love partner who's been in this really crazy toxic cycle for a long time. That's one thing I get all the time when people come to me for private readings. They're like, oh my goodness, I have my soulmate and I think it's my twin flame, or I think it's my soulmate, and they're in a very toxic relationship. This is so unhealthy for them. When are they going to get out of it? That's why we see this. People will leave a bad situation and then they'll convince themselves it wasn't that bad, and they'll go back to it all the time. So I'm sure you've seen other people do this. Don't make the same mistake. Don't make the mistake of convincing yourself that your past was actually better than it was, because that's how people get stuck in cycles, right? The universe is encouraging you, Leo, to take a chance on something new. But the negative ego is going to try to convince you that the old ways were better, right? But let's face it, the old ways, you've done them for a while now, and whatever they're going to do for you, they've done it, right? It's time for something new. Your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is Five of Pentacles, and this is where the fear is coming in, guys. You guys are feeling very nervous about this new path, about these new steps. You're feeling like you're kind of going out into the unknown in some way, and it can feel a little overwhelming. It can even feel a little bit nerve-wracking for some of you. Now, this is the thing about Five of Pentacles. Some people in some readings, it's seen as a negative card, and they say, oh, someone feels left out in the cold. Oh, someone feels rejected. Oh, someone's really stressing out about money. And those are certain aspects of Five of Pentacles. But Five of Pentacles also has a very happy and very magical meaning that sometimes it gets overlooked in tarot readings. And that magical meaning is that with Five of Pentacles, that, yeah, you might be on a new path. Maybe life didn't pan out the way that you had been expecting, and now you're going in a direction that maybe you weren't anticipating that you were going to go in, and it feels weird to you. It feels foreign to you. You are kind of feeling out of your comfort zone or out of your element, and you're kind of wandering through, and life might feel a little bit transitory. But at the same time, Five of Pentacles lets us know you're coming into a time where it's kind of like Wizard of Oz. Like you're going out into the unknown, but you're about to meet your soul tribe, or you're about to meet your true blue friends, or your true blue lover. You're going to figure out really who's there for you. You're going to figure out really who has your back. And you're going to have these adventures. And it's going to be those times when one day when you've come up, you've had your come up, your glow up, your blessing, your progress, whatever you want to call it, you finally made it. You're going to look back on the past and say, man, I had no idea back in the day when I was just starting out on this path where it would lead me or where it would take me. And you're going to just kind of giggle to yourself about those times, and you're going to have some fond memories about them. Yeah, sure, there might be some challenges in which you're going to have to budget your money. You're not going to be like baller status where you can just go dropping a bunch of money and buying things and not thinking about it. You might have to do some strategy, some planning. You might have to, take some steps, or, some of you who are going out there in terms of self-employment or a career change. You might be putting a lot of effort out there to make things happen, and it might not be a piece of cake, but overall it's going to be rewarding, and overall you're going to meet some amazing people in the process. Okay, so it's saying don't be afraid of that change. Don't be afraid of that transition. It always feels creepy when we're doing something different from what we're used to. But if you keep doing what you're used to, you're going to keep having the same results. Nothing's going to change until we do something a little bit differently. And that's the main message that's coming in for you guys, Leo, for this week. We're going to go ahead and check out your money manifestation card. Now, these cards have beautiful images on them, and on the back, they have an affirmation. Obviously, I will read the affirmation to you, but I encourage you guys to take a picture of the front of the card, maybe take a screenshot of it, or, you know, whatever, pause the video, really take a look at it, because if you look at the pictures and the shapes and the colors, you're going to have certain messages that jump out for you that are personal messages for you. Keep in mind, this is a general reading, and I will say intuitively what's jumping out at me, and I will share those messages. But you might see something in that picture or in that image that has a special meaning to you, and that is the message for you. And I want you to be able to pull your messages, your personal messages, out of the reading. Also, watch your moon sign and rising sign videos. That will bring you more personal information too. Some weeks your moon sign and rising sign may even resonate more than your sun sign, but those are available as well. Okay, my dear, so what's jumping out at me here is the colors. The colors are jumping out at me. There's the black and white, there's the gray, and then there's the pops of color. So I kind of feel like you're being encouraged to decide where you want to focus on. It's very easy for things to get muddied, for the days to just all kind of feel the same, to just be like a repeat of the same thing again and again and again, like the stripes on that tiger there, right? It's just kind of like, here we go again and again and again. Maybe it's a little bit different, but at the end of the day, it's the same thing. Repeat, 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 repeat. But we're missing the chances for change. We're missing those pops of color. Okay, so attitude could be also here associated with focus. Where are we going to put our focus? Okay, we're going to go ahead and see what the affirmation is here on the back. I attract success and positive people into my life with my positive attitude. Okay, so here is your affirmation, my darlings. I know it seems kind of simple, and that's the funny thing about affirmations. If you have done affirmation work, and if you've done it extensively, especially when you've done like a longer affirmation, you will repeat the same affirmation to yourself every morning, every night. And somewhere, if you do it for the 40 days and 40 nights, because that seems to be the magic number of rewiring the thinking, somewhere around like day 30, or once you get in the 30s, as you're saying this manifestation, which you have said at this point close to 60 times already, if not more, the same words you've been saying again and again, they almost hit you like you're hearing them for the first time ever. There's this magical kind of epiphany. Oh my God, this is what these words mean. And so we might take this as very surface level, but as we get into the affirmation, and as we get into rewiring the brain, somewhere the brain wakes up and says, oh my goodness, here's what I've been missing. Here's how I have not been doing this. And then it rewires itself to do it. Affirmations are a free, completely and totally free, you're not paying a single penny for them, way of getting in some energy healing for yourself. Okay, I'm all about energy healers being paid. I do energy healing here locally for my private clients, and I think energy healing is very important, but I also understand not everyone can afford to go to an energy healer, and not everyone has energy healers that are available to them depending on where they live, right? I'm in LA. You can't go 2 steps without meeting somebody that does energy healing or tarot reading. Like, it's like everybody here is into that kind of stuff almost, you know? Very, very easy here in Los Angeles to find people that are into spirituality and new age and all that stuff. But you might live in a part of the world, or in the part of the United States even, where it's not accessible, or it's not considered to be an acceptable thing. Or you might live out in the boonies and you might be like, oh my goodness, I need energy healing, but how am I ever going to get it? Affirmations are an amazing way to begin an energy healing process for yourself at home without spending a penny, okay, and without even having to have somebody come in and walk you through it. So this is a very simple tool that is also very powerful, and I encourage you to use this, Leo. If you would like a private reading, there's a link in the description that will take you to scheduling the private reading. Love videos are in the link in the description as well. Check out the moon, sun, and rising sign for a little more extra personal energy for you, depending on where your planetary alignments are. I thank you so very much for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Thank you for being here, Leo. Have a fabulous week.